7 Action News This Morning starts right now.
Millions of pregnant women, new mothers and children in the U.S. experience severe illness or death each year, many from preventable or treatable causes. There is an even greater disparity for people of color. Now, according to the CDC, the maternal mortality rate for black women was 55 deaths per 100,000 births. That's nearly 3 times higher than white women and over 3 times higher than Hispanic women. A new book is shining a light on this issue. Joining us now is Dr. Stanley. He's the author of A Fight for Full Disclosure, here to discuss the book and, of course, what mothers need to know. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me as a guest.
Of course. So let's talk about the maternal mortality rate. What is that compared to other countries?
Okay. Maternal mortality rate is the rate of moms who die of causes directly related to pregnancy or causes aggravated by pregnancy. And not to get too lost in the numbers, but the U.S. rate is 23.8 per 100,000. And our next country is France, which is 8.7. So we're almost 3 times higher than France. This is a developed countries. New Zealand is 1.7, so we have some work to go. And the most disturbing thing is that our rate is going up.
Why is that?
I think for a number of reasons. I think that, number one, the social hassles, if you will, that many pregnant women face are a deterrent to getting not only prenatal care, but getting medical care before and after pregnancy. And luckily, the government has recognized this after pressure from a lot of women's groups and a lot of groups that were concerned with lowering this rate. And this new bill that passed, the infrastructure bill, is going to spend about $100 million a year, both in programs that already exist and actually 2 new programs to address rural maternal health as well as maternal health overall.
So what about the infant mortality rate? Let's talk about babies. What does that look like here in the U.S.?
The infant mortality rate in the U.S. has crept up by about 0.5% from 5.4 to 5.8. You bring that home to Michigan, and we actually are in the lower group of states, although ours is still in the 6.6 to 7 per 1,000, not 100,000 like the moms, but per 1,000. Here in Michigan, we've had some success and some not success. Wayne County and Oakland County have decreased their infant mortality by about 25%, whereas Detroit had just the opposite. Detroit's infant mortality rate went up 25%. And the thing to remember is that infant mortality refers to infants that die in the first year of life before their first birthday, and 40% of the babies that are born die in the first 24 hours of life, and a lot of that's due to premature birth.
So what would you say mothers who are expecting, mothers who maybe already have given birth but still in the infant phase, what do these mothers need to know?
I think one of the most important things for women who are even contemplating pregnancy is to start getting medical care before they get pregnant. That's just essential, to get in touch and try to treat any underlying causes they have. High blood pressure, diabetes, those are 2.
And that's going to help with the actual pregnancy.
And that's going to help with the actual pregnancy. And then those mothers who've had an infant, we like women not to get pregnant again for at least 18 months, because we know if they get pregnant within that 18-month window, their risk of bad outcome is higher. So contraception is one of the key elements for women who've just delivered to increase their chances of a healthy next pregnancy.
So let's talk about your book for just a second. Why did you feel the need to write this book?
Well, this book doesn't directly impact maternal mortality, but it's a book about a woman who goes to the hospital, has what's supposed to be a routine surgery. Things don't go well, and the hospital has to make a decision as to whether to fess up and tell everyone what really happened or whether they're going to cloud it in secrecy. And one character in the book decides that no matter what, he is going to seek the truth about what happened. And it turns out that his career is affected by that. So the book touches on a lot of aspects of medicine. Full disclosure is a real process. This book is a novel. It's based on my life, but it is a novel. And full disclosure is a process where the hospital, when a mistake is made, they come to the patient and they tell the patient what happened, and they actually offer some financial remuneration. Not that that can cure it, but that's the way we address problems like that.
Well,
in
in putting this very serious issue into a storytelling style that hopefully will allow people to understand just how serious some of these numbers are, how serious medical malpractice is,
Yes.
and making sure that women trust and find doctors that will help them. So, Dr. Stanley, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. A very important topic, and looking forward to reading your book.
Okay, thank you. You can go to my website, Stanley and Barry, or it's a Corey Enders or Pages bookstore in the area.
Oh,
Thank you,
perfect.
Allie,
Love
for
that.
having me.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here.